Hi, I'm Mrs. Elaine Goslin, nee Kendrick, and I'm going to talk about my mum and my dad. Mum was Nancy Kendrick, nee Watson, and Dad was Joseph Kendrick, and he was from Whittick, but Mum always lived in Ravenston. And there used to be a chapel on Swannington Road, and all churches and chapels used to join in with each other to help out if there wasn't too many children and people to go and see the anniversaries. And my dad, Joseph, came from Whittick to help with the singing at the Swannington Road Chapel. And that's where they met. And they got married 21st of November 1942. And he was in the Air Force, and he'd been over to Iceland and got married. He bought her a parachute that was silk, and she had a wedding dress made out of silk. And the cake was made of a sponge, and on top of the sponge was a cutout of a posh cake, so they made it really nice for them. And anyway, they moved into a house on Church Lane, Ravenston, number 16, and my dad had to go off to war. He was still fighting then. And he went to Iceland, and his ship, even though he was in the RAF, everybody thought it was quite strange. He was in the RAF, but he actually got sunk at sea, going out to Iceland. A ship came past, a fishing boat, and picked him up out of the water. He couldn't swim, so we all wonder how he managed to survive. They took him to Iceland, and during this time he got appendicitis. Then he got double pneumonia from being on bunk beds that were soaked, and he hadn't got proper gear. Then he was rushed to Scotland to a hospital there. He had to have part of his lung removed because he got double pneumonia. But my mum and my grandma, they paid to go up to Scotland, Edinburgh, on the Flying Scotsman. They caught him from Leicester, travelled all the way up to Edinburgh on him, and it was a night one. They had to keep all the curtains and all the drapes, everything shut, so that the planes overhead wouldn't see them and bomb them. She got up to Scotland, and then he made a good recovery, and he got transferred back down to Leicestershire. He was discharged because it was such a bad illness, so he was demobbed, and he came down and lived in Ravenston all their lives then. They had John, Keith, Elaine, Roy and Paul as children. And they moved up to 133 Church Lane, Ravenston, nearer to Grandma. And there they lived all their lives. When he came back out the army, he tried to have a job. He went as a watchman for a start, night watchman, had a dog called Patch. And then he was too ill. It had just destroyed him, so he didn't work anymore. She came his carer, you know. Yeah, but she looked after all us. There were 5 of us, and she was our matriarch. So she always made sure we got shoes and new shoes for school and uniforms, and the anniversary dresses. To this day, I'm 70 now, and I can still remember every single dress that she bought me for sitting up. Every single. We had pictures a long time ago, but I think my brothers have got them somewhere. But I had you know, she saved up so much to keep us all intact. And she'd go turkey plucking at Christmas to get us a turkey, and she'd do anything. And then she went to work, and I sort of were a part-time babysitter for my baby brother. And she worked in twilight to keep us head above water, you know. She's a very beautiful lady, my mum was. It was such a community. And I could tell you from every house from here, all the way up Colville Lane, and up Swannington Road and down Swannington Road, round the village. You could tell everybody who lived where, and everybody was so sociable and friendly, you know. It was an amazing village. I was sad when we had to leave.